Yeah, you don't think there's such a thing as a soulmate in life?
Because I think the person who you decide is your soulmate is, and it could be different people, you know, like my family. I'm talking about my real life now.
Yeah.
You know, but okay, whatever.
Okay, there
I
you
digress.
Are. That's who who do you think is Phyllis's soulmate?
Yeah, I know.
Phyllis, speak for Phyllis.
I honestly, I don't know. I think that all the men who've been in Phyllis's life have been so important to her at the time, and it might be because Michelle has a problem with the soulmate thing, you know.
Yeah,
I don't really do. I don't know. I don't do that. Maybe that's why I'm single and sad. But I don't have cats yet. I have dogs. So
Becky has a question for Michelle.
Oh, okay.
You have the most fabulous clothes of all the ladies on the show.
Thank you.
Do you get to keep your wardrobe?
No, I do not get to keep the wardrobe, and there is something wrong with that. There is something wrong with that. I think just as a gift for being a really cool chick, I should get clothes.
Yeah.
Just for like being alive. I should be given clothes.
Fantastic. Becky will pass that on to her friends. Kenzie asks, Michelle, is there any hope for Fick fans? There are many fans of Fick out there still.
I know, and I read your tweets every single day, you guys. I see them all the time. And listen, I do want to acknowledge you guys because you're all very, very upset. And it's a tough time for Phyllis right now. I totally get that. She's very down on herself. I actually have never played the character when she's been so down on herself as she is right now. I don't know what the writer's plans are. I do not know. I think that there's always something there between Phyllis and Nick. There was always something there between Phyllis and Jack, always. I think it's a really tough thing because when your ex-husband of 6 years starts sleeping with your sister, I mean, you have to address that in the writing. And
it takes a lot of forgiving.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It would have to be addressed in the writing. I don't know. But I love you guys. You are diehards.
What was your favorite storyline ever? Courtney wants to know.
Oh, my favorite storyline ever. Okay, I loved playing that the Phyllis Nick affair because I really loved having that secret. It's really fun to play a secret, don't you agree?
Yeah.
It was such an odd couple, not odd, but it was
no, people didn't see that coming.
Yeah, you didn't see that coming.
People didn't see that coming.
And so I think, and it involved everybody, and he did great work because of it, and Sharon Case did great work because of it, and it's always more fun to be the person finding out about the affair, by the way.
Yeah.
It's way more fun.
No, you know what? It's
that was mine. What's yours?
It's fun to find out, but it's not fun to be the kind of cuckold person who
No, it's not fun to be the moron.
Yeah,
it's not fun to be the moron.
Who just doesn't see it what everyone else sees.
You can be the moron for a short time because you need that build-up, right? But it's good to be the one that is devastated, right?
My favorite storyline, it is good to be the one devastated when the moment finally comes.
Yeah.
My favorite storyline is always Jack falling in love. Jack has fallen in love a few times, and he has a tendency to fall face first. He's not terribly careful with his love. He just falls crazy in love. And I just love that feeling as an actor. I love playing that storyline. And I've played it a few times.
Yeah.
A couple times with you.
Couple times.
Yep.
Mag asks, I just wanted to say hi from Switzerland.
Hey,
hi.
fun.
Oh, that's so cool. I watch you every day. Did you choose your clothes on set? Do you choose your clothes on set? We don't choose them. They're given to us. But if we dislike something, we have veto power.
Really?
Except Peter, apparently.
Yeah.
All right.
Meg asks, do you think that Michael and Phyllis will ever have a good relationship again?
Oh, yeah, Michael and Phyllis will definitely have a good relationship.
They're having a tough time these days.
Yeah, they're at odds, but they'll be fine.
Maggie asks,
Oh.
what's your reaction when someone calls you Phyllis or Jack in your real
I
life?
have a very strong reaction to that. Do you?
I have no reaction at all.
That
I
is
answer
so
to
funny.
anything. I answer to Cliff. I answer to Jack. I answer to Peter. I answer to Hey You. I sometimes think that if people blink, they're going to miss the credits. You know, who plays what, and I find it very flattering.
Oh gosh, that makes me look like an idiot.
Well, no, but tell them honestly how you feel.
I'm
going to
tell you. I'm going to tell you honestly. If I get called Phyllis, it doesn't make me mad. First of all, no, I'm not mad by it. But if someone screams Phyllis, I usually don't turn around because it's not my name. And it's sort of a conundrum because I look like a mean person because I'm not turning around. But at the same time, it's not who I am. I'm not Phyllis. She is not who I am. So
you know what's funny? Occasionally, I'm with other people, and I can hear back there somebody saying, "Jack, Jack," and sometimes they're not calling me.
Totally. I know that's happened. I'm like,
group of people
what?
I'm with.
And it's the first.
And the group of people are wondering why I'm not part of the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm
You're like,
I'm off
of course
somewhere.
they want me. Of course, it would only be me. Michelle or Peter, do you ever get to ad-lib any lines? Make your own and go with the flow sometimes?
I say only what they write. They write it down. I repeat it for them.
There was a thing that happened that Peter was somewhere, and somebody said, Peter said that you ad-lib all of your lines. It was on Twitter. Peter said you ad-lib all of your lines, and it's hard to keep up with you. So I texted Peter, and I said, hey, did you say that? He said, no. And so sometimes it gets misunderstood. Here and there we'll throw something out, but it's actually not cool to ad-lib a lot of lines because you throw your partner off.
It's not just the partner. The directors
it's
have
also
the
the
script.
writers.
The script. The director has a script in front of him.
Yeah.
And on this line, when Phyllis says this, they're going to switch to another camera, and if she never says it, they can't switch to another camera.
Yeah.
So you have to work within the script, but yeah, there's a little wiggle room.
Mm-hmm. Natalie asks, what is one of your favorite scenes so far in all the years you've been on the show?
I tell this story because it was one of my favorite scenes. Jack is in Victor's office, and Victor has we're in a huge argument, and Victor has what appears to be a coronary episode, grabs his heart, falls to the floor, leaving Jack only two choices: call for help or walk out. And on his way out, I chose, on my way out, to kick his hand out of my way. And I knew
People loved it, too, right?
I knew they wouldn't catch this on camera, but it was just, for me, it was fun to do. And they showed it on the air, and it was
People loved it.
It was delicious.
Yeah.
It really was.
Yeah.
It wasn't that he didn't care about Victor. Victor's body was in his way. I loved that.
That's awesome.
Favorite scene?
I have a few. Quickly, I have one with him at the bar when we were talking about the demise of our relationship. It was like months later. He's never seen it to this day, and I thought it was so beautifully written. It was so beautifully written, and I loved. We were at the GCAC bar on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
On Mother's Day, it was really, really. I loved doing that scene with you. I love the scene with Phyllis and Nick when they first kissed at the doorway. I loved the whole story between Josh and I behind it because Josh and I have a tendency to goof off a lot. And I was like, and I knew like we had to really commit to this. I said, dude, seriously.
Before I ever worked with you, you had all those scenes with the psychiatrist.
Yes, and I was going to say that.
Oh my
This
gosh.
with Tim Reed, all the stuff I had with Tim Reed, I loved it, loved it, loved it.
Spectacular.
Okay, listen. To Peter, the nickname Red for Michelle's character, was that something the writers came up with, or was it off the cuff? Is it?
It is something the writers first came up with.
Yeah, they came up with.
They first came up with, and for some time, I didn't use it. I didn't say it when it was in the script. I just didn't say it, and I've gotten used to it, and I like to call her Red.
All right, let me tell you the true story behind that, because he's being very diplomatic right now. All right, guys, this is the deal. I made it very clear. I personally, Michelle, hate that nickname. I despise it. And the reason I despise it is because, oh gosh, my blouse. I despise it because I feel like a big, like, red, bleh, like I should be like hanging out and, in a bar. Nothing wrong with that. But I just don't like it. I don't like it. So in my real life, if someone calls me Red, I'm like, I'm doing it. I don't care on the show if they call Phyllis Red at all. You can call Phyllis Red a million times. But recently, I don't know if you all noticed that I darkened my hair.
I didn't notice.
I darkened my hair. Maria, our old head writer, said it was cool. And it accidentally went darker. It's hard to change. And then the new guys came in and they're like, please don't, please. And so I went more auburn, but they kept on writing red in the script as a hint.
I kept saying it.
And he kept saying it because he loves redheads, so he kept on saying red. I'm like, all right, enough of the red. I get it, okay? And I even said to Jill, I'm like, I get the hint. And she went, hint? So it's Auburn.
Matthew W. asks, if you weren't an actor, what would you be doing?
I would be so sad. If I wasn't an actor. Well, hopefully I would have met a really rich man, and I'd be.
So it was only an actor for you. You were going to be an actor.
Absolutely, unequivocally, only an actor.
If I was not an actor, I'd be an architect. But again,
good choice.
If I could pull that off, these are really smart people. But it's something I care a lot about. So.
I really enjoy architecture.
What was your very first acting job? Asks Joanna C.
You first.
My very first acting job was on a show called Kojak, my professional acting job, where I was paid for it. It was Telly Savalas' show, and it was a 2-hour special, and I played a rapist, accomplice to a murder, and Geraldine Page played my grandmother.
How exciting!
And she was.
Oh my God! This is your first job.
My first job. Yeah.
I never knew this story.
Yeah.
Peter, how exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you were destined for greatness.
Yeah, it was a good thing.
Wow, okay, you don't know this story.
First acting job.
Well, this is how I got my SAG card, all right? But I auditioned for an Ora wheat bread commercial. That's what my first acting job was. And the little note said a Judy Holliday type. And so I went in and I did my hair all big and stood there with 2 other girls. And he said, okay, if you could do the lines like Judy Holliday. And I was all ready to do with the voice. And the 2 girls next to me said, who's that? And I knew I had the gig.
Had it.
And the guy said, oh, she's like Suzanne Summers. So they did it like Suzanne Summers, and I did it like Judy Holliday.
Fantastic.
And I got the gig. It was really cool. It was really, really cool. That was my first job.
Who on the show, Lindsay L. asks, is most like their character?
Nobody,
because that's
because they're flawed. Everybody's flawed. All the characters are flawed on the show.
Yeah.
And that would be very arrogant of us to say, oh, so and so is like their character. I don't
mind being arrogant.
Oh, okay. Well, then let's go.
Nobody's really like their character.
No one's really like their character.
Yeah. Okay, this is our last question.
It is?
Yeah, Chris
I really like talking to you all.
Okay, well, we'll do this again. We'll just have to do this again. Last question. Chris S. asks, how does it feel to be a part of a soap that has been on for 40 years?
It feels really, really damn good. And it's pretty impressive. It's always been an honor to be on this show.
Yeah, it is. It's a real honor. I've been on for 23, almost 24 years of it, and the thing that I can remember my first day so easily that it doesn't seem like that long ago.
Right?
But when I started this show, my daughter Claire was 4 weeks old.
Oh no!
She is now 23 years old and has graduated from college and is working.
That is so amazing. He has the most amazing children, by the way.
I have good children.
They're incredible.
Fine.
I'm not just saying that too. And the most amazing wife, incredible wife. It's an honor.
It is. It is an honor, and we are about to celebrate on the 26th of March our anniversary show, and we're all looking forward to it.
You guys,
it's going to be fun.
Keep watching. I'm on Twitter, The Real Stafford.
Yeah.
He's not on Twitter, but if you have questions for him, I will ask him and then get back to you. I read everything you guys write. You're all amazing. Thank you for all of your compliments.
And thank you for all these questions today. This was fun.
And your support. We really, really appreciate it. You have no idea.